Jurassic World Rebirth is directed by Gareth Edwards, the director of Godzilla 2014, Rogue One, and the creator, and written by David Koepp, writer of the original Jurassic Park and its sequel, The Lost World. 5 years post-Jurassic World Dominion, an expedition braves isolated equatorial regions to extract DNA from 3 massive prehistoric creatures for a groundbreaking medical breakthrough. If you don't know me, you guys would know that I am a massive fan of Jurassic Park, the whole franchise. I really enjoy the sequels, and I've always said that the original Jurassic Park is my favorite film of all times. I have the physical soundtracks behind me, the various copies of like physical media like VHS, Blu-ray, DVDs of the original trilogy and the first film. Tons of merchandise everywhere. Like what you're seeing here in my room is not even half of what I have throughout the rest of my room. It's like half of it is Jurassic Park. I love this franchise to death, and it's what got me into filmmaking, wanting to pursue a career in film and want me to like actually make my own movies. So I owe a lot of my life and inspirations to Jurassic Park, Steven Spielberg, or Michael Crichton. Like, without this series, a part of me wouldn't be who I am today. So I am very grateful for this franchise, and I guess that's why I'm a bit more lenient toward the sequel more than most people. Like, I really enjoyed most of the sequels, though the theatrical cut of Dominion kind of disappointed me. But I was interested in this one in particular due to the fact that David Koepp is coming back to write the script. And I am someone who enjoys the first 2 Jurassic Park films the most. The first movie, The Lost World, are some of my favorite films ever. And the fact that David Koepp is coming back to write this solely with the help of Steven Spielberg a little bit apparently, has me really excited. And Gareth Edwards as a director really sold me due to the fact that he is great with visualizing his films, his creatures, with the cinematography, and how he makes his animals and big gigantic battles in Rogue One or the monsters in Godzilla feel big and extravagant. Like, with Gareth Edwards at the helm, it got me more excited. So I went to an AMC secret screening, and I was really surprised that they were actually going to release Jurassic World Rebirth. And so I was just sitting there, and I thought to myself, this was good. This was a good, fun thrill ride. Problems, dumb decisions, not everything here works, but overall, it was a good time. I enjoyed myself. That's what I got from this film. It wasn't anything remarkable. It did not have any real expansions of the lore that wasn't shown in the trailers. Like, if you saw the trailers, you basically got the movie, which kind of made the trailers become a failure in my eyes. But even as a story itself, it doesn't allow much in the way of reveals or something big or surprising to happen. And in some ways, this film felt more reminiscent to what Jurassic Park 3 is as a story and plot line. A group of characters going to the island. There's a bit of a rescue mission involved in this story, and things don't go the way the characters intended, and they get stuck on this island. They need to figure out a way how to escape. Now, the difference between this and Jurassic Park 3 is that the characters here are going for a pretty real purpose that can help people back at the mainland, and so there is a goal for our main characters of mercenaries, and some of them are more antagonistic than others, and some of them have deep flaws, but inside they are good people and want to try and make a good life for themselves despite everything they've done, and some are an annoying family that takes up a bit too much screen time in my opinion. And I want to start off with this part of the film. The family here, as much as I kind of got their purpose in terms of how they change our characters in some ways, they are mainly sticking to themselves throughout a good portion of the film and rarely interact with our main characters. At times it can be a bit annoying. The actors just feel like they're in a completely different film, and I just did not really feel all that much at stake with them because the film is trying to juggle two parties all at once, and it doesn't allow that much for character growth. We get a lot more character growth with the mercenary team, although not to a big amount, but we understand their characters, what they're doing, what they are learning throughout the course of this film about how dangerous this island is and how they're trying to go about their mission. I really enjoyed all that stuff, but whenever we cut back to this family, I just found myself a bit disinterested apart from a really cool T-Rex raft sequence that was taken from the original novel and now finally adapted into live action. Talking about the dinosaurs, this is probably the best portrayal of dinosaur action and dinosaur behavior we've gotten since the Spielberg films. And that is saying quite a bit because the Jurassic World series before this kind of leaned towards a more comedic and more extravagant, fantastical approach to the dinosaurs, making them like movie characters and heroes. And while that was fun at first, it kind of loses its touch, and Dominion tried to course correct that with having the dinosaurs act a lot more animalistic and naturalistic, which is something that I really respect of Dominion. Here, they go more so all out with how the animals in dinosaurs here act. And not just dinosaurs, we get a lot more really weird creatures that aren't even dinosaurs to make this new island feel luscious and feel like this other world that we haven't explored yet. And this whole island, I really found interesting visually. Like the whole look of it, the way the cinematography was able to capture this island and its luscious valleys and forests and jungles just felt really authentic. And I think that due to the fact that they actually shot a lot of this film on location. And because they're able to do that, they were able to sell how big and how dangerous this island really is and its native animals. Overall, I really found the whole environment of this film really fun to be in, and it made for a lot of cool dino action, like a mosasaur scene that we get in the trailers along with the Spinosaurs, or as I said, a T-Rex raft scene, or the D-Rex coming at the end. It just, all in all these action moments with all these different dinosaurs and mutants, I thought were a lot of fun. And overall, I think Gareth Edwards did a really good job at making these dinosaurs actually feel dangerous. They do look silly at times due to the fact that they have more silly behaviors now that they act like animals in their natural environment. Like the T-Rex, we see it rolling around like a dog and just walking around slowly, looking and stalking its prey before it goes in an all-out rampage and attack. Like, it's definitely building up the suspense of this creature slowly getting interested in this new thing it has never seen before till it decides to attack what it sees. Just overall, I felt like the suspense here and tension with the dinosaurs and the dino action was really well done. Some of the best tension in dino action I'd say we've gotten since the Lost World Jurassic apart. And I felt like Gareth Edwards was able to bring a little bit of that horror element that was in those first two films back pretty well here, especially in the final act of the film, in the way he was able to shoot all these mutant dinosaur sequences. And overall, I say that in terms of the direction and cinematography in that regard, and how it helms a lot of these action sequences, it was done very well, especially all the scenes in which the characters had to be able to get all this DNA. They made a lot of good use with the tension here and how these dinosaurs will behave around these people. And something that I also really miss, there is a real body count. While not a high body count, it's more in the lines of the body count in the first Jurassic Park, which is not a whole lot. The kills here are something that I never expect they could get away with a PG-13, at least a modern PG-13. Nowadays, a lot of these PG-13 films will try and stray away from showing too much violence. Like they will do like a straight up cutaway or not even imply something bad happened. Here, there are a lot of like gruesome implied shots that do feel tension filled and scary, especially something with the Quetzalcoatlus that I won't spoil. I really enjoyed the way that whole sequence ended there. Just all in all, it felt like the stakes were a bit more real due to the characters actually dying off throughout the course of this film. Even some characters that we do get to know at least a little bit about, they had some really cool death sequences that are among some of my favorites in the franchise. As for the main characters themselves, Scarlett Johansson plays Zora Bennett. We have Mahershala Ali as her best friend Duncan, and then we have Johnson Bailey as this paleontologist named Loomis, who joined this expedition to help everyone out and learn more about the dinosaurs and help everyone understand what they're going up against. And he is the one that I was able to relate to the most due to my passion with dinosaurs, with paleontology. I felt like I was able to understand him. And while it seems like people are bored of dinosaurs in the real world and don't care about that, once we see the dinosaurs in their natural environment, it's like a whole different kind of experience than just seeing a dinosaur in a city. Like, it is definitely like extravagant, but at this point in the series, a good amount of time has passed since dinosaurs have been walking the earth, and now people are starting to get even more used to them just wandering around. But when we see all these new types of dinosaurs in this new environment that we've never seen before, like the Titanosaurs, just something about the visual imagery and how they're behaving, and how Gareth Edwards was able to shoot all that, have these characters feel amazed with these dinosaurs, just really invoked a sense of awe and wonder that I don't think was really much well felt since that first Jurassic Park. It never reaches those heights due to the fact that the story and the characters aren't as compelling. Like, I like the characters enough and I understand the story enough, but it is not high art. It is definitely just something that the filmmakers needed to have all these dinosaurs moments happen. And they all worked really well, whether it's the characters in all of these creatures or if it's them running away from them. Now, there's this little dinosaur creature here that honestly is probably my least favorite dinosaur, and I won't spoil what happens and the point of this little thing, but just in general, it's just made to sell toys. It's just a cute dinosaur that I felt like was trying to sell merchandise because it's a cute little dinosaur for the kids, and it's trying to be like that baby Grogu thing, and it just never worked for me. Especially if it involved that family, which I really didn't care much about. I guess that's the thing with the film. It's just a fun thriller. It's nothing much to write home about. If you want to have a fun time at the theater and just sit down and have popcorn and watch characters try to survive dinosaurs while on a mission, it's fine enough. But there are some moments in here that do drag when it involves his family. None of the characters are like deeply well written, and there are some dumb moments, especially one in the opening of the film that kicks things off that really baffled me, that involves Snickers, and you'll know when you see it, but it gave me the exact impression I was going to get, like a good amount of cinematography and filmmaking and a bit of horror at the end with some dumb decisions for good measure as well. That's what that opening told me. Is basically what I got here. Overall, I enjoyed this film. It's not one of my favorites in the Jurassic Park franchise. Like, I still prefer Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World, The Lost World, and the first Jurassic Park, obviously, to this. But in my opinion, this was a lot more entertaining than Dominion, and a lot more compelling than Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. So it's right around the middle in my eyes, but overall, I had a decent time with this one. I'm going to give Jurassic World Rebirth a B+. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.